All right, it's 11:30, and we're going to check out what's happening right now in the world of weather, what's going to happen later on today, and then, of course, what lies ahead for tomorrow and the weekend. So we'll allow everybody to kind of gather in. Look, this is live, and it takes a little while for folks to, join the party, if you will. So let's take a look at what's happening out there right now. First of all, yes, we have clouds. We do have some rain that's starting to pop up, but nothing really substantial in Houston just yet. What you're looking at here is this beautiful time-lapse view here of the last 30 minutes. You can see those cumulus clouds kind of billowing up here. There's one that comes up here in a minute that's really pretty right there. Starts to grow and then is not really towering into a big thunderstorm. But we'll probably see some of those moving in for later on this evening. I do expect us to see some thunderstorms, maybe even a couple of hefty ones heading into the overnight hours tonight. It's warming up in a hurry too. Right now in Houston at Hobby Airport, the latest temperature is 82 degrees. At Bush Airport, I think we are at 80. So for the rest of the day today, we're going to be hanging around because we do have showers coming in, kind of hanging around the low 80s here. And then as showers and thunderstorms become more numerous overnight, the temperature will continue to drop. And then most likely overnight, we'll have a front passing through and we'll probably fall into the upper 50s in many locations by tomorrow. So, as the meteorologists often say, grab your umbrella because showers are on the increase. We'll have some storms by this evening, and then we're going to go into a bit of a chilly pattern. Not extremely cold, but those afternoon high temperatures are going to have a hard time getting above 60 degrees for the next few days, and the overnight lows should be down in the 50s. So here's a look at the temperatures. Like I said, everybody's hanging right around 80 to 82 right now, but depending on your proximity to rain, for example, in Columbus, 74 degrees. Brenham's had a recent shower. 76 degrees, and then the rain hasn't really quite arrived in the Houston area yet, so we're climbing into the low 80s. So let me show you a little bit of what's happening here. So we got a couple of things going on. We have this, which is a streak in the jet stream that's moving over Texas right now, and that's sort of that steady blanket of rain, what you can call stratiform rain, which is not anything that's really all that heavy. Preceding that, which is associated with a front, we have more humid air and warmer air. And so that's what's popping up across our area right now. And this is where we could see some thunderstorms forming as we head into the late part of the afternoon. None of this has really become stormy just yet, but the conditions are ripe for us to start to see some thunderstorms pretty soon. Right now, if you're watching us from the Hempstead area or anywhere there in northern Waller County or southern Grimes County, got some rain headed your way, a nice little downpour, nothing severe right now. In fact, no lightning coming out of that one either, but it's definitely making for some wet conditions there on 249, and then of course where it splits off there to Highway 6. Across parts of Austin County, same kind of deal there around Sealy and approaching Brookshire, just off to the west of Brookshire. Some garden variety showers coming down. Southern parts of Fort Bend County, this is around not too far away from Beasley. We have some showers that'll be drifting toward Richmond and Rosenberg, and then another pretty decent batch of rain is down there around the El Campo area, drifting toward Wharton. A little bit closer to the radar site here, this is around Santa Fe in Galveston County. We also have a nice downpour. Again, this hasn't produced any lightning just yet, so it's not a thunderstorm, but it is a pretty good downpour. If you're driving on Highway 6 or getting ready to hit the road from Galveston, driving over to Fort Bend County, or maybe driving from Alvin down to the coastline, you're going to drive through a nice downpour there. Gulf Freeway also is going to see some of this rain. So if you're watching us from Dickinson or from League City, that rain is headed your way within about the next 15 to 20 minutes. All right, so bigger picture. So as I mentioned, we do have this front that is in place across the state of Texas. South of the front where we are, it's the warm, humid, kind of bubbling up thunderstorms right now. And then behind the front to the north of it, it's this steady, kind of moderate, chillier rain that's coming down. 57 in Dallas right now, 50 degrees in Lubbock, and 62 in El Paso. Now, is there really Arctic air coming in behind this one? No. We don't really even have temperatures that are below freezing, even across parts of the Rocky Mountains. So we're not looking for a huge blast of cold air with this one. But when you factor in the rain and the clouds and all of that stuff, it is going to feel much more fall-like beginning tonight, and then that'll be extending through the next several days, actually. Water vapor, why do we look at this? Well, it lets us see how the winds are blowing up at the jet stream level. Also lets us track where the highest amounts of moisture are in the top parts of the atmosphere. So the bright colors you see here around Texas mean that we do have those high cloud cover. We do have a lot of available moisture. And then we're watching this dip in the jet stream out here, this U shape. It's what we call a trough. And as that moves in, typically it creates lift on the east side of it. So that's another factor in our forecast that leads to the enhanced chance for rain. Wanted to quickly show you this because the new maps were released this morning as far as the drought monitor. And we are trending better, so we're still in a drought in most locations, but it's definitely better. They've had some drought relief out there around the San Antonio and Austin area, but Louisiana and Mississippi, they're having some big problems. You know, they had a huge pileup over there around Lake Pontchartrain because they had the combination of fog and smoke from area wildfires, and that's can be a deadly combination. We've had that in East Texas happen before too. So boy, does Louisiana desperately need some rain, and they'll get some, but really nothing is going to bust their drought coming in anytime soon. In fact, when you look at this is the rainfall forecast over the next 5 days, and you'll notice here how you get the brighter yellows and oranges here, maybe over Houston and Galveston, a bit more into deep South Texas, and then some for Louisiana, but not nearly enough to help them in the short term. Breaking it down day by day for us, so you know, I think you've already gotten the point. Today we do have showers and thunderstorms coming in, especially tonight, and most likely early tomorrow. So it looks like overnight through the early hours tomorrow, and then we'll transition to just sort of a drizzly, cool day for tomorrow. Saturday, we might also get a return of some thunderstorms. We're looking at a little bit of a break in many locations Sunday, and then an area of low pressure in the Gulf, not a tropical low, but more of a cold weather low, zipping by our coastline, bringing us another splash of rain coming up on Monday. So here's the pattern again. We saw that streak across the area that's bringing the steady rainfall to Dallas. We're in this area here where we could get a few streaks of heavy rain courtesy of thunderstorms. So that's something to keep an eye out for today. So, you know, picking up the kids from school, for example, or, you know, your evening commute home might be marred by some thunderstorms. So make sure you're aware of that. All right, so as we complete a mild morning with temperatures rising into the 80s, we're waiting on this. So we'll pause the action here at 5:30 this afternoon. Afternoon rush picking up. Rain starting to move in. Not all of this necessarily heavy, but it is going to be a bit of a nuisance coming in for rush hour. And then heading into tomorrow morning, this is now 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. So all through the overnight hours, I think we'll probably see a few rounds of thunderstorms. And by tomorrow morning, it's probably going to be a bit of a messy morning commute in many locations. And temperature also is going to drop. So we'll have a lot of 50s and low 60s by tomorrow morning. And then as we progress into the day tomorrow, very likely it's going to be just a sprinkly, drizzly kind of day with an overcast sky, mostly light rain, but temperatures stuck in the 50s in many locations all afternoon long. So not too many changes temperature-wise through tomorrow. We'll go from the 80s today to the 50s and 60s tomorrow for high temperatures. So here we go. Today, made some adjustments to your rain chances here. Of course, earlier this morning, we didn't have anything going on. Now the rain is starting to move up. The highest rain chance is going to be late today into early tomorrow. So a 70% rain chance for the rest of the day today, and that comes in the form of some scattered thunderstorms, taking us through the afternoon, evening, and overnight hours, some heavier ones. And then tomorrow, a very high likelihood for rain, although the heaviest rain chance will be in the morning, followed by drizzly weather for the rest of the day, 62 if we're lucky. In fact, the afternoon temperatures might be more like 55 or 56 as the cooler air comes in. Same for Saturday, about 54 in the morning, staying in the 50s all day long with some rain. Middle 60s coming up on Sunday, and then a chance for thunderstorms returning on Monday. Keep an eye on this day because the models are kind of mixed on that. And then heading into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, the temperatures stay actually really pleasant. They moderate a little bit. Overnight lows in the 50s, highs in the 60s and 70s. So the emphasis will definitely be on watching our FoxRad Storm Seeker radar today. Head to the App Store on your phone and search Fox 26 Weather, and you could download our weather app so that you can use our radar to track the rain today, because I think there will be some interesting stuff happening around here tonight and early tomorrow. Join us